So we are going to be heading west to maybe Glacier, our first stop. So we're going to take the northern route of North Dakota.
We're going to take Route 2 because 94, when you're going through North Dakota, it's like 80 miles an hour. We don't go 80 miles an hour. We'd rather go slow at our own pace that's more appropriate for our RV.
And we've never been there.
Yeah, and see some quirky views along the way.
Yeah, our new mission is to take it a little slower, loosen up the old purse straps, coin purse, wallet.
I carry the purse, but Aaron has the grip on the coins.
And do a few more fun things along the way and really enjoy what we're doing a little bit more. The first year was very tight on the budget just because we're brand new to this and we had a specific plan, and but we want to just loosen that up a little bit more, enjoy life a little bit more, and we are already doing that.
Yes. So we're leaving town right now.
Yes, today we're finally going.
This moment in time.
I thought it would be a good way to kind of show you guys how we route plan and just kind of how we loosely travel along, and that's part of the lure of having our 22-foot Sprinter van. It's small, it's mobile, there's a lot of options for staying at many different places. So the larger your rig, the less options you're going to generally have. So let's head over to the laptop and I will show you guys exactly how we route plan this trip.
Here you go.
Thank you. All right, let's get into it. We're currently headed west. Sorry for the noise. This road is horrible. Traffic's loud. Our tires are loud, but that's a whole nother episode. So first thing, there's a lot of different apps that a lot of different people use, and there's a lot of good ones. The number one that we use is Campendium, and that's because I think it's the first one that I like the website, the design. We met the owners earlier this year and have become friends with them, and so it's just developed into our comfortable website that we like to use. They have an app for iPhones, but not one for Android yet. We're both Android users, so that's okay. I like the website, and you can use the website from your phone too. And the very first thing I do is right in the middle of the screen, it says, where do you want to camp? I always go very generic and large. So we're going to North Dakota. Once it brings up North Dakota, it basically has the whole state and everything in there. I always go right to price, click this little box that says always show free, and that will eliminate the majority of the options, so it's a lot cleaner. Then from there, I go over to the map and I just look along the route that we want to go. It's really that simple. We're in Minnesota right now, down here, and so we're headed up 94 up towards Fargo. So you can see there's 3 locations close to Fargo, so we'll zoom in, and the P stands for some type of parking lot like Walmart's, which is a good option, but we want to drive a little farther than that, so I think we want to go up towards Grand Forks, right?
Yep.
Grand Forks, and there's nothing in Grand Fork. So at this point, I would, if I really wanted to stay in Grand Fork, I would go to my options, A, B, C, and D. And so freecampsites.net is the other website that we use, and All Stays is another good app. But sometimes we like to stay at Cracker Barrels and Cabela's, so I'll just Google Grand Forks Cabela, or we'll bring up all the Cracker Barrels. And so there is a Cabela's in Grand Forks, which there's no reviews on any of these apps, so I did find somewhere online that you have to call and kind of get the okay to stay there. So we'll do that later. We'll keep going. Here's Highway 2, and these are the spots. So you see this thing right here? As soon as I see that it's got reviews, it's right on our route, I'll click on it. And as I scroll down, the first thing I look for is the cell phone coverage right here. And as long long as I see Verizon or T-Mobile, we're good to go. And this is reported by users. These are real people just leaving reviews and saying what works and what didn't work. So then I go right to the reviews. There's usually only a handful of reviews. It's not like there's hundreds of reviews unless it's really popular. So you'll see the date, newest first, and I'll read through each one to make sure that it's good. And this is a free campground in a town. We haven't stayed at one of these, but we've heard a lot of these. So they'll have like 4 campsites, and they're full hookup, or electrical, sometimes full hookup, water, things like that, and they're free to stay at. But there's only a handful there. But if I like it, what I'll do, because we use Google Maps for our GPS, back at the top there is the coordinates, and I'll click on the GPS coordinates, and because I'm logged into Google Maps on my account, whatever I do on my laptop will then show up on our GPS screen that Chris is looking at. So what I'll do is click save, and we have these little lists that we put in here for free RV dumps, places we slept, or places we want to go, or starred favorites. So anywhere that has an overnight that's free, I'll go under places we've slept, even though we haven't slept there. It's just what the title is. So then you can see it's saved. But on top of that, I want to add a label to it so I know what it is. And then I'll just copy what it's called. And then I'll give it a little label too, usually free overnight, I like to say. There, now it has a label, so when it shows up on our map on our dash screen, we can then just click on it and get directions to it. And so that way, researching all this, I'm saving all the free campsites, I'm saving all the free dumps, and they're going on to basically our Google Maps on our tablet on the dash. And you want to have as many options as possible. So I just like to kind of go through and pick 2, 3, 4 different places along the route. And that way we have options. So I think that is about it for the route planning. We don't really do a whole lot. It's usually pretty easy. 15, 20 minutes here or there gets us going. And we'll pick back up tonight when we get to where we're sleeping. Well, welcome to Fargo, birthplace of Christine. Don't you know?
I am not from Fargo.
So where are you girls from? Chaska, Le Sueur, but I went to high school in White Bear Lake. Go Bears. Okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, you betcha?
I'm sure. I'm from Minnesota.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, is that useful to you?
Oh, you betcha, yeah.
Yeah.
Funny.
But a lot of people ask me if I'm from Fargo.
That's true.
Obviously.
That's true. So
or Canada.
We just drove 3 hours, pretty smooth sailing, but now we are in Fargo, and this is where we're going to decide, are we going to stay at the Fargo Walmart, or are we going to go to the Cabela's in Grand Forks, which is another hour and a half from here. And it's only 5 o'clock, so was it 5 or 6? 6?
6.
So we want to, get a little bit farther since we still have plenty of daylight. So Christine is going to call Cabela's and see if they will allow us to stay overnight for one night as we're passing through. And Christine loves that part of her job.
I don't know how I got this in my job description. Like, it started when we first started RVing in January 2019.
Mm-hmm. Oh, when we were calling Cracker Barrels.
We were calling Cracker Barrels, and Aaron made me, you just assigned me this duty.
Chris just sounds like a sweet Minnesotan Midwest gal, and she's just passing through in her RV.
I got super irritated right away, like I'm your secretary or something, and I have to make the calls.
No, it's not that. Chris is batting 1,000%.
Aaron calls
She
me
doesn't
the
miss.
closer.
She doesn't miss. So let's give him a call, Chris, and see what happens.
Okay, let me find it. I was totally not prepared for this.
The closer.
Thank you for calling Cabela's in East Grand Forks. This is Tim. How may I direct your call?
Hi, Tim. May I please speak with a manager on duty?
Hold on, please.
Okay. Train. Are you feeling lucky?
Yeah, would anybody say no to that sweet voice? It's a good one.
Bill Fishing.
Hi, how are you tonight?
Good, how about yourself?
Pretty good, thanks. I'm just passing through on an RV, and I'm wondering if you allow single night stays at your location?
Single night stays?
Like in your parking lot.
That's a good question. Let me ask a manager a question.
Okay.
Hang on.
Alright.
I think he said this is Bill and fishing.
Really?
I don't think he was a manager.
I got misdirected.
Yeah, I think you got sent to the fishing department for bait and tackle.
Still there?
Yep, I'm here.
Yes, we do. So all I will need to know is like the vehicle type you have.
Okay. We're in a Sprinter van. It's an Airstream Interstate.
Airstream.
It's silver.
Alright, Christine, you are good to go.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Have a good one.
Have a good night. Bye.
See how that works? If you put the person on the phone with the sweetest voice. So that is good practice to call. Some people say to call every single time. Well, we stay so often. We know the locations, at least by reviews, that it's okay, or by signage. But we have called a lot, especially if it's places that, like a Walmart that says no overnight parking, and it was like our only option. We called, and they said, yeah.
Another Cabela's that we did call was the one in Colorado, because they had signs posted that said no overnight stays.
Oh, yeah.
And we did call the store on that one, and they said that the city itself had a rule against it. It was a city ordinance. However, they've never seen anybody towed out of their parking lot. So that was like a wink, wink, nudge, nudge way of saying, technically you are not allowed to stay here. However, we haven't seen people towed.
Yeah.
So you got to just trust your own instinct in those situations. Realize that you are going against a city ordinance, but it's at your own risk if you feel comfortable doing it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have to make gut decisions like that.
Absolutely. So, and the more you do all of this, the easier it gets. For sure, at first it's stressful, but when you have 3 or 4 options, and good options, good solid options, there's just no worries about it. And usually your A rolls through, and if not, head on over to B.
So now we're on the roster.
D. Yeah.
I can't tell you how happy I am to be back. Like,
In Fargo?
I know that's what it sounds like, but no. Actually, this is my very first time in Fargo.
Yeah, and we just got in, so we don't know much about. We're at the holiday.
And we're leaving.
Yeah, well, we still get to roll through it and see. I think it's pretty big. I don't know.
All right, on to Grand Forks.
Yeah.
So, I first want to point out this anti-fatigue mat that we took out of our storage. We originally didn't put it on the van when we moved in because it's not a perfect fit. It's a little snug. But since I spend so much time in the kitchen, my feet really hurt when I stand in here. So we put it in here, and it is amazing. I'm so glad I don't even care that it's not a perfect fit, and it feels so good. And it also makes the van look a lot homier. So get yourself a rug, a mat, a comfort anti-fatigue mat. But for dinner, I have this grilled chicken, and this is a perfect example of why having prepped food is important, because it's 8 p.m. We're super hungry, and this is the way to go, guys. I have grilled chicken. I'm gonna slice it up, fry it up for Aaron, and toss in some of these pre-cooked noodles, and I'm gonna make him like an Asian sesame oil, soy sauce, chili flake type of a pasta. And for me, I have this chicken salad already prepped because I knew that we'd be here, and like if I can just have one meal already super ready and then the other meal come together in 5 minutes, we're gonna be eating in 10 minutes. So my salad is just chicken salad, some mayonnaise, some yogurt, some grape tomatoes, and pumpkin seeds. And it's that easy. So I'm gonna share some of the ways that I use my prepped food and how I put it together really quick to just create some really delicious meals that are cheap, they're easy, and you don't have to dine out when you're in a hurry. This is fast food for us, and it is the way to go. And Aaron loves it.
Mm-hmm.
So our chicken is crispy. You get your chicken to your desired crispiness. So that's going to be different for each person. I have a different preference than Aaron. Aaron likes his super crispy, and I like mine less crispy because I don't like it dried out. But you find what you like and you make it that way. Once you get your chicken to your liking, then you add in your noodles. And cooked noodles or pre-cooked noodles and pre-cooked rice cook up a lot better in the pan because when it's cold, it breaks up. So at this point then you add in your seasonings, and this is where you can change your flavors, is at each individual meal. So I'm doing Asian here, but you could really do anything you like. And that's what makes this great, is you can adjust it. This is some hot sauce that our dear friend Kimmy makes for us. We just got back from Minnesota, so she hooked us up with some hot sauce to bring with us, and it is hot. And that's all you do. Mix it all together. Again, like you can get your noodles crispy, your rice crispy, and make it exactly how you want it. So this is all for Aaron. It is a big meal, but he has not eaten very much today. And that's what you need to consider at each meal, is like, how much have you had all day? Like, he needs a lot of food right now. So this will be perfect for him. I'm gonna have my salad, and let's sit down. Oh, that hot sauce is spicy. I'm gonna sit down and do some computer work. That's how you know it's the good stuff. Looks good, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Smells good. Welcome to the living room.
We're still in day mode.
We are. We're not in the bedroom mode quite yet. But if you remember on the tour video we did of our coach, I think the only negative thing I had to say was the day and night shades that came with this 2014 Airstream Interstate. It was before they went to the total blackouts, and the night shades were practically see-through. I mean, you couldn't see through them, but all the light came through, and it was completely horrible. We used to have to like hang up blankets.
T-shirts, you did a lot of t-shirts?
T-shirts, blankets. So we're in a parking lot right now.
Let's not forget to mention my bad habit that I have too. My bad addiction.
Oh yeah, you wear a night mask.
You want to show people what I have?
Sure. You have 3 of them.
Not just one, but 3, because when they fall off and I can't find them, I need a backup.
Yeah. So one of the big upgrades that we did was to put complete 100% blackout curtains on our bedroom here. And not only blackout curtains, but they're thermal curtains. So they're dual layer, and they help keep the heat and cold in or out. And it was pretty inexpensive. It was like $35 per set. One set went on the back, and then another set was split between the two sides. So it was about $70 for the curtains, and I don't know, $10-15 a piece for the curtain rods, maybe $15 in hardware. And that was it. It was pretty inexpensive. So I'll show you what these look like out the back. I've been looking forward to this for a long time. We're gonna remove our back door panels and these non-blackout shades, and we're putting thermal curtains in the back windows and the side windows so we can actually sleep in the pitch dark. This is gonna be awesome. I don't know what it's gonna look like underneath here.
Project number 1,562,000.
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss that little door pocket.
Yeah, the door pocket's nice, but it's also annoying because every time you open up the back, stuff falls out. So I keep my chapstick on it at night.
Yeah, I use chapstick on mine too.
Hey, a suction cup. That was from the...
Oh, that's where that went. Oh, look at that.
our back windows. So this was our back window before. And now we're gonna have...
Ooh, we're gonna get so much more
Yeah.
like, natural light in. And
Yep. And we're just gonna put up a regular curtain rod with thermal blackout dual layer curtains.
Cool.
And it's gonna be great. Yeah, let's see what it looks like. Open that middle a little bit. Just
See how it looks when it's all the way, when we want to all the way open it, to see how limited it is. Trim this tag off.
yeah, let's go on the inside. Try closing them all the way to see how it like seals. Let's do that first. Ooh.
Okay, so it's split in the center, and we have plenty of excess so that there's not a light gapping through. You just push them to the side. We're still gonna get like some straps or snap systems so we can secure these here.
But yeah, that parking lot is pretty bright out there. There's security lights everywhere. And so that black layer is awesome because when you're looking in from the outside through the black tint and you see that black, I mean, that's all you see. Like it's completely
Super black.
Yeah, you can't tell what you're looking at.
Oh.
So I love that.
So when I've seen Aaron while he's sitting in here with lights full blown and he has these shut, and it looks like the van is just parked and empty and lights off. So if you are trying to stealth, true blackout is critical. Now we get a much bigger view too. So, and it's helpful when I drive. I can like actually look back and see outside.
Yeah, I kind of got that idea from the 2020 Interstate. I noticed that they didn't have those little kind of back panels with the shades, the roller shades. They left the windows big and open like that, and it looks so much better. I mean, the window's probably twice as big, if not.
Another benefit
more.
of this, when it's shut and Aaron wants to go in the back garage during the day, this hangs down so it works as a privacy door and it keeps the bugs out.
Yeah.
So that's another, like, this one thing really was intended for the blackout, and then we ended up getting the thermal benefit, we ended up getting big windows as a benefit, and that daytime privacy bug screen if you want to work outside. So it's funny how like one little modification can trigger all these additional benefits without even planning.
Yeah, and we're going to test these out tonight because it's going to get down to 45 degrees here in Grand Forks, so it's going to get chilly. And these side ones are one panel, you can see, so there's no middle part, but I love them. They just tuck right up in there and they keep you can just feel the cold weather or the cold air come right off the window right away.
Yeah, it was pretty chilly last night, and we were just toasty. Perfect in here.
Yep, but that light right there would keep me up all night. So.
Oh, and another thing about these is when they're in their closed position, you can actually tuck it down into the window, which then helps create that thermal seal. And we can still use this little ledge here that we sometimes use for like cans. This is too tall to really demonstrate, but cans fit there perfectly. And it's just a nice little like nightstand if we're watching a movie or something.
Yeah. So that's one of the upgrades we did, and we absolutely love it so far. We actually just finished this, like, I don't know, what, 3 days ago? It's Chris's sister, Kelly, sewed up the curtains for us.
Thank you, Kelly.
Or helped kind of shorten them and make them a little more custom for the van.
Yes. They're beautiful.
Yep. So that was great. And I think that's it. We're going to hit the hay, and tomorrow we are going to do a long journey halfway across North Dakota.
Yeah.
Find a boondocking spot, I think, because there's not much in the city.
So from here to Glacier, it's roughly 820 miles, 800 miles, something like that. So we're going to try to cut that in half. And I don't know, it'll probably be like an 8-hour drive tomorrow and then an 8-hour drive the next day, give or take, depending on stops. So we have some lofty goals. We want to get up, try to get a workout in, drive, work, and the days go really quick, but it's so worth it.